Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel here at Pleasantly Blessed. I know I've said I was going to do an update about the first craft fair that we did, and that craft fair wound up being not great. So let me tell you what happened. By the way, if you're new here, hi, welcome. My name is Julie, and my husband and I own Pleasantly Blessed, and we do a lot of crafty things, art things, just anything kind of fun, a lot of yarn art, that kind of thing. So welcome if you're new here. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. That helps me out with the algorithm, getting this channel up and moving. So I am going to talk about the craft fair that we did a week and a half ago on Saturday, and then I'm going to talk about the craft fair that we did this past Saturday. So the first craft fair that we went to was our first ever craft fair, and it was in a very windy area. Let me go ahead and take these off because I think that they are kind of getting glare resistant from my light over there. But the first one that we went to, there was so much wind, everything was just whipping all of our stuff around. I had to find things to hold stuff down, and there was not very much interest in anything. In fact, there wasn't very many people there. There was a lot of vendors. I think they had 16 vendors, plus the people that were putting it on. And there were all kinds of vendors. There was a couple handmade, couple of MLM, which is the multi-level marketing, kind of like a Scentsy, trying to think of some other ones. Jamberry, I think, was there. Paparazzi Jewelry is another one that's like that. Which I don't have a problem with. I like to be right next to them because I think they're kind of interesting how their businesses work and stuff. And the first craft fair that we went to, it was a lot of that, and then a lot of people selling tumblers and jewelry. A lot of jewelry. So that craft fair, there was not very much interest. We didn't have a lot of people come to the craft fair. I think there was less than 50 people that were actually there to buy. So that kind of sucked. Customer wise, and then also the vendors were the ones that kind of knew each other already. They kind of bought off of each other, but other than that, there wasn't a lot of that camaraderie, which was kind of different. I wasn't quite expecting that. So we didn't sell anything. We handed out some cards and kind of referred people to our business page on Facebook, but other than that, there wasn't really anything that was going on with that first one, and that was a week and a half ago. So come to find out, the people that hosted it, they did not do any, and I mean any, videos. They did not do any pictures, no posting on social media or anything like that. So there was a lot of vendors that were very upset, and we paid $35 to be there, so we completely lost out on money for that, which is fine because you learn how to do, you know, different craft shows and stuff like that. It being our first craft show, we weren't really sure what to expect. So our second craft show was this past Saturday on the 23rd. And it was wonderful. The people that hosted it was a bookstore here local in Crescent, and I will link them down below on their Facebook page if you guys want to see them, check them out and stuff. But we did the independent bookstore day at a local bookstore, and they had, I think, 9 vendors. They did have a food truck, so that brought in a lot of customers. They had someone making soaps. They had another Scentsy person was there. They had someone that did wood burning, hand carved wood burning stuff. There, they had someone that did resin art. So it was very much more crafting things, and we were the only ones that did soft crafts. So I took my regular stuff, my scrunchies and some of those little dolls like that, and my mom made me a bunch of aprons to take and some wind spinners. I took a lot of stuff to it, and we wound up doing really, really well in this itty bitty town in the middle of Oklahoma. So our first event was in Oklahoma City and did horrible, but our second event was in a little bitty town called Crescent, Oklahoma, and it was great. I think I wrote everything down, so let me turn the book over. And so I sold 37 scrunchies at $3 a piece. I sold a full apron for my mom and a half apron, and 2 bowl cozies and a pot holder out of the stuff that she had sent. She was gonna go, she had her own booth, but she wasn't feeling well on Saturday morning, so we kind of just took over her booth space that she had had let them know about, and just put it right beside ours. So that was not a big deal at all. I sold all of my little stuffed toys that I made except for that one right there. And that was because my son had already said that he wanted that one. So I think he kind of discouraged some people from buying that one. That one, and the night before, on Friday, I had made this giant caterpillar that was like this big. And he was kind of just a display thing. So those are the only 2 stuffed animals that came home in Amigurumi. What else did I sell? I think that's like pretty much all I sold. I didn't sell any coasters. I didn't sell any wind spinners. I sold 2 of my 3 lubbies that I made with the Sesame Street lubbies out of the One Hat Wonder yarn that I got from Sesame Street from Joann's. I think that's all I sold, but it was a really good day because what we sold, we wound up making plenty of money from that for our day. We had Subway for lunch, and we put gas in our car and everything like that, and we still had $112 when we got home in our money box. Plus, we had some money from PayPal, where a couple people had used PayPal. So that was great. It wound up really, really good. And it was very enjoyable. Our neighbors were really good. My kids had their own booth. And so my son, if you don't know, he makes bookmarks and laminates them. He prints bookmarks off and colors them in and laminates them and stuff. And sometimes he'll draw his own bookmarks as well. So he made bookmarks for it because it was at a bookstore. So he was like, yeah, I'm going to sell a bunch. He sold completely out. He had, I think, 2 bookmarks left, and he wound up giving them to our neighbor because she had 2 little girls. And so he wanted to share his bookmarks with them. My daughter makes little friendship bracelets and little earring sets, and she makes paper bead sets. She sold out of everything but I think 3 bracelets and 1 pair of earrings. So both the kids did really, really awesome. The event itself was great. So kudos to them. They did great. The event was wonderful. Yeah, that's all I sold. I sold bunches of scrunchies. I'm almost out of scrunchies. I have 16 left out of the 50 scrunchies that we had taken. So I think I had 54 scrunchies or something like that that we took. And yeah, we sold quite a few scrunchies. And it was a little bit windy, but it wasn't too windy to use our umbrella, so we were able to stay in the shade the whole day, which was wonderful. But yeah, so day and night between the 2 events, and they were just 1 week apart. It just depends on how your coordinator does it, because the coordinator for the second event, she was wonderful. She was posting the event 3 weeks ahead of time. She was posting all kinds of stuff on her Facebook. She was tagging vendors in it. She was very, very active on her Instagram and on her social media platforms. She had signs outside. She had balloons outside. And so it was, oh, they had a bounce house also. So that was definitely a draw for people with younger kids. So yeah, she had a food truck, a bounce house, and several vendors, as well as her bookstore was open with giveaways and things like that. So she did a wonderful job. I'm so pleased and would love to go to any of her future events because it was just a great experience. So that's kind of what I wanted to get on here and give you guys an update about the two different things. The only thing that I would have changed for the second event was we had ordered a square reader before our first event, and it still has not come. So I've called the company and tried to figure out exactly what's going on with that, because it should have been here at the very latest on Thursday, and it wasn't. So we did not have a square reader. We were not able to take cards for either one of those events. So I was able to take PayPal and Cash App on the second event. And on the first event, I offered PayPal. I did not have my Cash App set up yet. But the first event, there was no one that was interested in using that aspect. So I think on the first event, well, we really didn't have very much interest in anything. I don't think hardly anybody, but maybe the cookie lady sold stuff at the first event. But at the second event, I had a sign that said, hey, we take these forms of payment. And there was only one person that I had to turn away because I told her that, I'm sorry, we don't have our square reader yet. I do apologize. Please send me a message. Gave her a business card, that kind of thing. And she's actually already reached out to me. So I will get her taken care of and stuff. But yeah, that's how it went. So yes, if you guys have not tried making scrunchies, they were my biggest seller. They sold out like crazy. And my first sell, the animals that I sold the most of was whales and jellyfish. Those, I didn't know whether they would still be hot this year or not, but they so are. So whales and jellyfish are super, super hot right now. Because those were what I sold first. Those I sold completely out of. And then I had a rhino, and I had a little dinosaur, and I had several other things. I had several larger things as well. I had some flowers, some little round flowers. I think if you watch my last video, you can see some of what I had, but I added to it as well. And yeah, the whales and the jellyfish were my biggest sellers. And I had someone ask me for a starfish or a star, which was so cute because her little girl's name was Star. So I think I'm going to probably make a couple of those this next time. I don't have another event for 3 weeks, so about the end of May I'll have another event. And yeah, we'll see how it goes. So stick around, watch around this week. I will have 2 tutorials coming out this week. One will be how to make this cute little velvet scrunchie, and the other one will be a surprise. So thanks for watching. Bye.